News Corp is being shaken by the hacking scandal in its UK newspaper division, but over the last few decades, Rupert Murdoch has built quite an empire. We thought it would be useful to take a step back to see actually where all the capital is coming in from. This is based on operating income in 2010, and we're going to start with the cable networks. This is the real cash cow of the News Corp empire, $2.54 billion. Again, operating income for 2010 representing 55% of the overall bottom line. Let's go into the next division. Fox, Searchlight, 20th Century Fox, TV production, 24% of the overall group, $1.1 billion. Obviously not hugely affected by what's taking place over here in the UK. This is one division that has the big question mark over it. It's the publishing division. $997 million in 2010. 22% of operating income for the company. We have the Wall Street Journal front cover. They purchased that for $5 billion. It's not generating a lot of cash. Of this overall $997 million, you have about $200 million of that coming from the UK. So not a game changer, but it's whether this spills over into the other businesses that Rupert Murdoch owns. Let's move on to the next division. U.S. broadcast networks. They have about 37% penetration into U.S. households. This represents 9% of their bottom line, $409 million. They have TV stations scattered throughout the United States. Again, does it spill over because of reputation? Right now, the analysts we spoke to on Wall Street say not just yet. And let's go to the last division here. Sky Italia. This is the operation that Tom Mockridge is running. He's been brought in by Rupert Murdoch into the UK to run B-Sky B. This was started in Italy, bringing in $202 million to the bottom line. It represents 4% of the operation. Not a game changer, but it certainly feeds in. Interesting to know that B-Sky B would have brought in 15% of earnings per share in 2012 if the deal would have gone through. That's been held off now for at least 12 to 18 months. And in fact may not happen at all. Then you take a step back from those numbers that I showed you, a $636 million loss, about 14% of the overall group in overhead, and a huge loss taken because of MySpace.com. Remember that big foray by Rupert Murdoch going into the internet space? They had to sell. They sold it for 10% of the overall purchase price. So a dent to the News Corp operation. Can they replace the B-Sky B revenues in 2012-13? What did they do beyond the current share buyback? Key questions that are now being asked on both sides of the Atlantic.